Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. So hey, in today's video, I want to talk with you guys about a very serious subject when it comes to your personal financial life. So exactly what are we going to be talking about in today's video? Well, we're going to be discussing lifestyle inflation. So if you're not too sure what lifestyle inflation is, you definitely don't want to click out of this video, and you want to be sure to watch this video all the way through so that way you can find out exactly what lifestyle inflation is and how it will affect your overall financial life. So with that being said, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, smash that thumbs up button down below, and if you're new here, welcome to the channel. You want to be sure that you find that red subscribe button on the bottom right side of your screen. Give that red subscribe button a quick tap for me so that way you'll be notified each and every time I upload a video. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into today's video. Alright you guys, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. So what is lifestyle inflation? Now, really quick before we go ahead and get into this, lifestyle inflation is not to be confused with economic inflation. So economic inflation is when, like what we're seeing at the time of making this video, when you see the price of items that your everyday items that you're going to purchase, that you see the price of those items go up in cost. They cost you more money, so they become more expensive to buy, each and every single year, because that's just basically the cycle, and that's how things work within the economy, is that, the price of goods and services go up, over time. That's just simply how that is. And that is not to be confused with lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation is what we're talking about in this video. So lifestyle inflation is when an individual such as yourself or I starts to go ahead and increase our spending in according with how much money that we're making. So if, say for example, I make $5,000 a month and I spend $5,000 a month, okay, that's where I'm at right now. Now let's just say I change jobs, or I move to a different company, or I learn a new skill set and I get a new career. Whatever it is, doesn't matter how I go about it, but the end result is that I make another $1,000 a month, right? So now I go from making $5,000 a month to $6,000 a month. So I have now another $1,000 of actual take home net income, right? Now what will happen in the example of lifestyle inflation is that I will start increasing my spending to equal the amount of money that I am now bringing home extra that I'm not used to normally having. So I'm used to only spending a certain amount because I'm basically used to only spending $5,000 a month because that's all I was making was $5,000 a month. So in the case of lifestyle inflation, you will inflate your spending. That's why, it's called lifestyle inflation, because you inflate your spending to go up in according with the income extra that you're bringing home. So you went from $5,000, or in this case, it's me we're talking about. So I went from spending $5,000 a month, and then I started earning $6,000 a month. So I slowly start to increase my spending. And it doesn't happen in just one area. It happens in, a multitude of areas. Like it might be, all right, maybe I get a newer car, so now my car payment goes up. And maybe I start going out to eat a little more. So now I'm spending a little bit more going out to eat at different restaurants, or maybe I'm going to nicer restaurants, or maybe, if I'm drinking, well, maybe I'm going out to bars and I'm, maybe I didn't do that before, but now I'm making more money, so I feel like I can do that. Maybe before I used to just buy the, the drinks, at the store and bring it home, but now I'm going out to bars. Different scenarios like that. Maybe I didn't used to go shopping so much, but now I'm shopping more, and I'm just finding myself spending more money because I'm making more money. So this is what is lifestyle inflation. So now let's talk about why it's so important to understand what lifestyle inflation is, and why lifestyle inflation will affect your personal financial life in a major way, especially if your goal is to get rich, to build wealth, and ultimately obtain financial freedom. Well, we're going to talk about that right now. Alright you guys, so the first reason why I think it's extremely important that a person be aware of what is lifestyle inflation is because if you have no clue what lifestyle inflation is, you will become a victim of it because you're not aware of what it even is. So what's going to happen is you're going to simply see it as a good thing, which it is that you make more money over time. But if you're not, consciously aware of what lifestyle inflation is and the effects of lifestyle inflation, well then you will become a victim to it, and this is not what we want. This is not what I want for you guys, and I don't believe you guys want the same for yourself. So you must be aware of what lifestyle inflation is, because if not, you're going to see it as like, oh, I went from making such and such dollar amount to now I'm making, such and such dollar amount. And that means, hey, I get to spend more. I means, I'm successful. I'm doing great. My financial life is getting better. But it's not, because what's happening is you're just still, at the end of the day, you are allowing this lifestyle inflation to occur in your financial life. And I don't want to come off the wrong way in this video. Like, I don't want you guys to think like, oh man, I just always do everything perfectly right, like in my financial life, and like I've never allowed lifestyle inflation to come into my life. Because the truth is, lifestyle inflation is a very, very hard thing to keep in check, because the reality is, like, one, we got to spend money in this life, right? And it becomes very, very tempting, especially with all the marketing that we have, marketed to us each and every single day. Like, they're coming at us from every single angle, trying to separate you from your income. So I understand, like, it could be very hard to keep your finances in check, but nevertheless, the more that you are like aware, and that you have the knowledge and just the overall understanding about how your decisions with your money will affect your financial life, then you could at least make the decisions, to either limit it or just totally, like prevent lifestyle inflation as much as you possibly can. So that's why it's so important to be aware of what lifestyle inflation is. And like I said, particularly when it comes to the individual who wants to, escape the rat race of, the 9 to 5, or you have the desire to, get rich and build wealth for yourself, and then ultimately, reach that point of like financial freedom. Well, you can truly never reach the point of financial freedom if you are allowing this lifestyle inflation, or it's also known, or you will hear it other places, also known as lifestyle creep, because it creeps its way into your financial life. Like, it doesn't just like all of a sudden, you go from making $5,000 a month to $6,000 a month. You don't just like wake up the next month, you're like, I spent $6,000 a month. It doesn't happen like that. It just happens like little by little, $20 here, $40 there, another $25 there. And the next thing you know, you look up and you're like, dang, I'm spending $1,000 a month more than I used to. And like, I don't even know where this money's going. And because you're spending like this, and it's not only going to stop there. When you go on to make $7,000 a month, or $8,000 a month, or $10,000 a month, it doesn't matter, because you're never going to get ahead financially, because you don't have any separation between your expenses for your lifestyle and then whatever is that. Like, you have no cushion between your expenses and like some free and clear money. It's like, so here's what you're earning, and here's like your expenses, and they're like deadlocked, dead even with each other. Like, there is no like gap in between the two. And that you need to create as much of a gap between your income and your expenses as possible. Or maybe it should be more the other way around, like your income and your expenses. Yeah, that's better. So you want your expenses down here and you want your income up here. And that gap in between is what, I and others refer to as the wealth gap, because that gap in between your expenses and your income is going to be the money that is going to allow you to then, obtain wealth, to become a millionaire, to get rich, and to chase down financial freedom, and one day ultimately obtain financial freedom. And that's not going to be possible if you're allowing something like lifestyle creep or lifestyle inflation to just work its way into your financial life, causing you to live paycheck to paycheck, spending every dollar that you earn, never leaving any money for things like your emergency fund, for investing, for your retirement, however it is, for investing into real estate, investing into stocks. None of this is going to be made possible if you're just truly just every time your income is going up over time, and so is your spending going right, your spending is going up right along as your income is increasing, so is your spending. And this is why, like I said, it's so important to be aware of what lifestyle inflation is and to do your very best. I mean, no one's perfect, So in an ideal situation, you want to like try to keep your expenses as low as like you possibly can while still living, a really great, quality of life. And that could be very hard, because the reality is the cost of the world goes up over time. So within reason, you want to keep your mandatory living expenses as low as possible. And then when you start making more money, great, congratulations, I'm glad for you. I want to see you make as much money as you can earn. But as you're earning more money, you don't want to start spending in according with how much you're making. What you want to do is create a large gap between the amount of income that you're earning and your mandatory living expenses, you know? And then when you have that large gap between the two and your expenses are down here and your income is up here, there's a lot of opportunity in between, you know, those two numbers between your expenses and your income for you to then funnel your income into investments that are going to allow you to just, one, have financial peace, because you're going to be able to, you know, be able to save money, you're going to be able to invest money, you're always going to have a lot of money left over. And then ultimately, like we said, if your desire is to, you know, become something like a millionaire, or, you know, just ultimately reach financial freedom, well, that's going to be possible. That is going to be possible for you because you did not let something like lifestyle inflation eat away at that. So I hope you guys found I hope you guys found value in this video, and if you guys did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, smash that thumbs up button down below, and if you're not already subscribed to this channel, find that red subscribe button on the bottom right side of your screen, tap that red subscribe button so that way you'll be notified each and every time I upload a video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys want to catch another video, be sure to click this video here on the screen, and YouTube is going to show you the very best video for you from my channel.